Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Filmmaker Talks. And as the title suggests of this live stream, we are in lockdown. It's lockdown live stream. Yes, it's in all caps as well. That means it's serious. So yeah, welcome everyone. How is everyone? How is everybody doing? Hopefully well. Hope everyone's had a good Christmas. And I thought I'd just take the first few minutes of this live stream before I say hello to everyone and see who's watching, just to talk about my next steps forward for these live streams, because the UK has just entered into another lockdown. It could be going on for at least, around middle of February, probably a lot longer. And so that, like everything, it gives a lot of positives and a lot of negatives. I feel mainly positive about this just because I feel safer. I go into college, and that's in the middle of the city. I don't have to do that. And I also have to have a 1 hour plus bus journey into that city. So, yeah, I don't have to do that. It's a very long day. Don't like that. And so I was a bit skeptical and not very looking forward to online learning, but I'm getting into the groove of things now. And so that means that weekly live streams shall be returning. So that's great news for everyone. And I've got a few plans for these weekly live streams now, because today we're just going to be doing a general talk, general chat, and the next few weeks I'll hopefully have some guests on and some quizzes as well. I've got a thing. I got this for Christmas, and it's called Think You Know Films, and I've been doing a few of these. They're very fun. It's like a 365-day thing. You go through it every day and do a question. And I thought this would be great to do on a live stream. So we'll do that some of the time. I might do it with a guest as well. But let's just see what excellent, fantastic people we've got joining me today. We've got Rehan early as ever. Welcome, Rehan. Louis Studio Films Reviews. Yes, here he is, Louis Studios. Alex Truman. Oh, I like that profile picture, Alex, of Fellini. I like that one a lot. Film Geek 13, how are you? I'm doing very well, thank you, Archie. We've got Fistful Reviews. How are we doing, everyone? Alex Pitts, how are you doing? I'm doing, as I said, I'm doing very well. Hopefully, everyone's coping with lockdown. Film Flick, hello, Vinyl Collector James. And I'm sure some people might be noticing there's a new animation thing here now. See? Never used to happen like that. It's pretty cool. We've got Film Flick says, I loved your Criterion video. I just got some new Criterions. That's great. I'm really happy that people are enjoying that video. As I keep on saying with people's comments, it was a big pleasure to record and edit. And I'm glad it's helping a lot of people out. I'm glad that it's encouraging people to go and buy Criterions. And please tell me which ones you pick up. I'd be very interested to know. All is here as well. He says, sounds good. I'm glad everyone enjoys what I've got lined up for us. Darush says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Neo, is that Bahadia? I'll just call you Neo. Hello, Neo. Sam, good evening and Happy New Year. Good evening to you, Sam, and hope everyone's going to have a Happy New Year. Eric Hardman, any idea on how long this new lockdown is going to last? Well, our Prime Minister has said, he in his speech, he mentioned the word if a lot of times in that speech, that if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, we could see some restrictions being eased around the 22nd of February time. Maybe it could be up to March, somewhere with March, because it all depends on lots of things with the vaccine, with cases going down, stuff like that. So who knows? That's what he said, but it might not happen. I don't know. Alex Truman says, I watched 8.5 on the Dolce Vita, and Fellini is a fantastic. He is a master, one of the greatest film directors of all time, definitely. And hopefully you enjoyed 8.5 on a Dolce Vita. I hope so too. So yeah, that's what he said, Eric. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So up until when I go back to college, there will be weekly live streams, and hopefully you can't hear that. That's the Hoover going on at the moment. Hopefully you can't hear that, and if you can hear that, hopefully the sound is quite muted on that sound, so you can just hear me, because that's quite annoying. Oh, Filmflix says, I bought a New World and Squid and the Whale today, and they are amazing. Yeah, I don't own any of those. I was considering getting a New World. I think that's the Terrence Malick film, isn't it? I still need to kind of watch more Malick films to get into his style. I've seen a few, but I wasn't a fan of. I need to watch The Thin Red Line, actually watch it. I've seen a bit of it, and I wasn't in the best of moods to watch it anyway. So, yeah. And he seems like an interesting director. I've got Badlands, Heavens, what's it called now? Oh, the one with the really fantastic cinematography. What is it called? What is it? I'll just type up Terrence Malick. Days of Heaven. Days of Heaven. Yes, I've seen that. That is really great as well. Anyway, we've got Louis Studios. He says, I recently rewatched the first Austin Powers and Spaceballs. Both were great. I do like Austin Powers. They're very, very funny. Sorry, I'm just moving my chair a little bit. Anyway, yeah, I do like that. I think Spaceballs was good, but I prefer Austin Powers, definitely. And Van Clip James says, glad the Criterion survived the tower. Yes. I didn't actually plan on doing that because I obviously, if you could tell that I planned out the video and planned what I was going to say and how it was going to look, but I didn't plan doing that big tower. But I just thought, well, it would be easier to do show off my entire collection of Criterions by just doing it in a massive tower rather than, as you can see, it's behind me. It's quite the squeeze. It wouldn't have been that good. So getting a nice big tower in there worked well, and it looked pretty cool. Fistful Reviews says, I can't go to the cinema anywhere in my state. I'm going through severe depression. Oh, I see. Yeah. Hopefully you get those things are lifted. Hopefully the cases goes down. Fistful Reviews. I managed to get to the cinema to see Wonder Woman 1984. I only went to the cinema 6 times in 2020, and I went to the cinema every month in 2019. So yeah. Alex Truman says, still not as good as Kubrick though. No, not really as good as Kubrick. Kubrick's my number one. Scorsese and Fellini are very close seconds. Filmmaker 13 says, through searching, I can see the Criterion Corner in the background. Yes, there it is, the good old Criterion Corner. Ryan Nizer says, tell me how you get more sub on my channel. So you're wondering how to gain more subscribers, Rehan? It's pretty simple. You just consistently upload videos, get thumbnails as well. Usually people do tell you to make them 10 minutes or more because longer videos get recommended more from YouTube. But you don't have to stick to that. I don't stick to that. It's usually a coincidence that my videos fall over 10 minutes, which is always nice because apparently, they get recommended more. So that's good. So yeah, just stay consistent. That's all I can really tell you because that's what I've been doing for the past almost 4 years now. So yeah. And yes, we're right. Fistful Reviews, Days of Heaven. Elliot Wallet. Sorry, I can't pronounce that last name. I'll just say your first name, which is Elliot. Blu-ray or DVD. Is there any question in that, Elliot? Blu-ray. Of course, you get better quality, better image quality, better sound quality, more special features. Blu-ray. I do like the quality. No, yeah, Blu-ray definitely. All says, really want to watch Badlands myself. Not sure what to expect tonally from it, though. Yeah, well, Fistful of Reviews says Badlands is fantastic, and you got the Criterion of that, didn't you, Fistful Reviews? I own the premium collection Blu-ray of Badlands. But yeah, I'm also eager to watch it. Don't know when I'll get a chance, but yeah. Cameron B. Hello, Cameron. He says, I found your channel from Movie Book. Well, that's very kind of him to mention me, whichever way he did mention me. So I'm glad you enjoy the content, and I'm glad you've subscribed. We've got Louis Studios. He says, did you hear they're making a Rubik's Cube, a movie in Rubik's Cube? Yes, I did hear that. I just kind of looked at it, and I didn't think much of it, to be honest, when I saw the news. Who knows what it's going to be like? I'm curious to see what the story is going to be like of it. And I think they're a little late to the party on a Rubik's Cube film, since I think the Rubik's Cube craze was like 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago now. I remember when I was like 10 years old. I had a Rubik's Cube, and that was kind of the craze when I was 10 years old, and probably further back as well. They're really old things, really old things. So it's, yeah, they're definitely late to the game on Rubik's Cube. Very interested to see what story they come up with, but I'm not expecting anything of a masterpiece. Yeah. And that's just your conversation there. But Cameron B also says, I'm hoping the cinemas will be open April because the Bob's Burgers movie comes out soon. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm sure the studios will be pushing back films or putting them on PVOD or whatever's happening. But that's an odd choice for a film to be excited about. I mean, unless you really love the show, I haven't really seen the show, so I can't say anything about the Bob's Burgers movie. But yeah. Okay, that's Fistful of Dollars, or Fistful Reviews, sorry. Walter Robinson is here. Welcome, Walter. How are you? Louis Studios says, I prefer DVD over Blu-ray. Louis Studios, do you mind explaining this quite controversial opinion? Prefer DVD over Blu-ray. Wow. Why? It's lower quality, you get less special features, it's lower image quality and sound quality. The picture, and mainly modern films, the picture quality looks horrendous. You can barely watch it. It's terrible. Walter Robinson says, what would you say was your main inspiration for starting YouTube, and when did you realize this was what you wanted to do? I would say, well, when I was about 12 years old, I started a YouTube channel. It was all about Lego. I was completely Lego. It was called Lucas Does Lego Fun. That was the channel name. And I had that for on and off for 2 years. And it was just because I always loved to voice my opinion on things. And so I did that. And that Lego phase kind of faded away. And I started to get into films. And my friends enjoyed films, but I really wanted to talk about films with other people as well. And so I already I kind of how do you say it now? I kind of redid up the channel. So it was the same channel. So I already had about 90 subscribers on that channel, changed the name, changed everything, and started talk about films. And over time, I just got more and more subscribers, keep on doing it. And I don't know why I continue to make videos, since sometimes it felt like a chore to do, just to do a video. But sometimes I would just be burning to talk about a film, and I used to just always do film reviews. It was always reviews, nothing to do with Blu-ray, Criterion, anything like that. It was very young, stuff like that. So yeah, and I think with gaining subscribers, it gained me confidence. People were enjoying what I was doing. I was making fun videos. I did the B movie rant review, which was my big video, first video to get to 1,000 subscribers. It really blew up, got me loads of subscribers. Did I say first video to get to 1,000 subscribers? I think I did. I meant first video to get to 1,000 views. If I said that, I'm talking quite fast. I realize that. I should probably slow down a bit, but I'm very happy to be back on the live stream talking to everyone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And now here we are. It's good. And another thing that I should add to the incredibly inspirational and heartwarming story about me wanting to do a YouTube channel is in 2020, we had the lockdown, obviously. So that gave me so much more time to, first of all, buy Blu-rays, discover new films, upload regularly, like almost twice a week with a live stream as well. It allowed me to connect to my audience. So yeah, and we're doing very well for views today. We're 19 people watching. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. How is everyone doing? Appreciate everyone who watches these. It's great to have a chat with everyone. Rian says, have you heard that Alfred Molina is returned for Spider-Man 3? I've heard so many things about people returning to Spider-Man 3, Rian. I'm sure that was one of them. So many characters, and it's a little upsetting that we kind of know all of this. We know that in Spider-Man 3, apparently Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to pop up because of the multiverse, and it would have been nice to have that as a surprise. That would have been great, but we're not going to get that as a surprise since it's been leaked, or however it came out. It's just been all over Twitter and things. So, and people are already kind of preparing themselves for their reaction when Tobey Maguire turns up as Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3, even though you already knew it. So why would you? Anyway, Marvel fans. Anyway, Toby the Fab Guy says, your favorite book? I don't have a favorite book, really. I don't read much books. In fact, I don't have much time for them. And if it's a book that I'm reading, it isn't a narrative book. It's usually a book about something. Like on my desk here, I got this book for Christmas, and it's an excellent book. It's just called The Film Book, quite simply, The Film Book. And it's so good. It talks about the story of film, the history of film, and so many different directors, every single country and their things, and the top 100 films, directors A to Z. Like, you've got that, and it mentions everything and everyone. Like, you've got stuff about Fellini in this, Roberto Rossellini, Scorsese, Spielberg, obviously. Like, so many people, even people I haven't heard of, like someone called Eric von Stroheim, and it tells you what to watch. Some of the films that he's done, like Blind Husbands, Foolish Wives, and stuff like that. So that was quite loud. This is a book that I really like so far. And then there is this book that I read last year, how short films, writing the screenplay. That was really useful. Then there's the Kubrick Archives book as well. That's really good. So yeah, trying to get this book back in the case now. Yeah, I would say those ones. Alex Pitt, he says, how many films did you watch in December, and are you making another video about them? I've recorded that video, Alex, and I watched, I think it was 69 films in December. And yeah, so yeah, look forward to that. That should be coming, I'm thinking maybe Friday. Does that sound good to you guys? I think I might do that on Friday, but we'll see how long it takes to edit, and because it was quite a long video to record. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm doing those videos, because in the one I recorded that's yet to come out, I do spend quite a lot of, not quite a lot of time, a few, I don't know, on some films a minute, on some films 30 seconds, but it's hard to balance which films you talk about more and which films you just say one word for. And a lot of the time I'm just reading my Letterboxd reviews out as well, or paraphrasing the Letterboxd reviews. So still figuring that one out, but hopefully nonetheless everyone enjoys that video. So it should be coming out on Friday, maybe. Again, I've still got to edit the thing, and it's very long. It takes a long time to edit those things, but it's enjoyable to do, and to sit back, look at your work. And I will be doing them now every month if I can stick to it. I think I should. A lot of people are asking for them to be stuck to, so I will do that for you. And I can see why people enjoy watching them. I enjoy watching them. Movie Worm does them. Even you, Alex, you've done a few. Movie Bug. I really enjoy Movie Bug ones. Yeah, they're really good videos. Anyway, Rehan Nizer says, my birthday is end of this month. Well, Rehan, if we're doing a live stream around then, I'll be sure to wish you a happy birthday. All says, thoughts on Ben Wheatley. Sightseers is my favorite of his. I've only seen one of his films, which was Rebecca. And I think we got off to the wrong foot because I maybe hated a little strong word. I really didn't like his Rebecca remake. I could barely finish the film. So yeah, but I should be watching. I would like to watch more of his stuff. I'm hyped for Fast 9 in May. Hopefully you will like it, Rehan. It looks like good fun from the trailer. Walter says, doing well, thanks, man. Agree with you on the DVD argument. Thank you, Walter. Yeah, Owen. So this is your explanation to why you prefer DVDs. He says, you're a simple man. Don't mind there being enough special features or not great quality. Well, that's fine. Each to their own. You don't have to go and buy Blu-ray. A lot of people stick with DVD. That's fine. I really like Blu-ray. 4K. I'm not going to buy every film in 4K. I'm not going to grade my Blu-rays to 4K. 4K is good. It's great, but I like Blu-ray, and some films I just don't see the need to upgrade yet. Anyway, Fistful Review says, what is your most anticipated film of 2021? I don't know. It is a simple and short answer, Fistful Reviews. I don't know, because all the films have been put back and put back, and apparently Scorsese was meant to be filming his next film last year, and it was meant to be coming out this year, which is not going to happen, which was unfortunate. I'll probably go with Dune, but it might get pushed. Who knows? Never say never now. It's annoying. FilmGeek13 says, sorry, mate, could only pop in for a little bit. Got to head off for a virtual birthday party thing. Damn lockdown. That's fine. Enjoy yourself, FilmGeek13. Thank you for coming in very briefly to say hello. I appreciate it. Cameron B says, the longest time I collected DVD over Blu-ray, but around 2015 I decided to go with Blu-ray. The extra money is worth it. Exactly, yeah. When I first expanded to Blu-ray, I never looked back since. Never looked back. Great format. Harvey Morton is here. Welcome, Harvey, and welcome, Winslow. Final Collector James says, I took your suggestion on my TV setting and 4K is hugely improved. Thanks for the help. No problem, James. Yes, James had the soap opera effect on his TV. It was motion smoothing. It makes it so it looks like the frames per second is higher and it looks hyper realistic. In other words, it looks really weird and terrible. Yeah. So, and I noticed James had his on that setting, and so I just mentioned, that isn't a good setting to have your TV on. So I'm glad to help out. How has your day been going? I've just been doing college work all day, and that's pretty much it. I built a bit of a new Lego set that I've got, and that's it. And of course, I set up the live stream, but I haven't watched anything yet today. That's been my day pretty much so far. Louis Studio says, and besides, I've got like 170 DVDs, so I can't stop collecting. That's true. It would take a very long time to upgrade, and a lot of money as well to upgrade all your DVDs to Blu-ray. So I get that. Fistful Review says, I wish they would have made Spider-Man 3 a surprise. This is like how they spoiled Spider-Man in the Civil War trailer. Yeah, it is what it is, though. We all know about it, so yeah. Oh, and FilmGeek13 says, just before I go, mate, did you hear they just announced that you are reprising your role? That's a good one. Thank you, FilmGeek13, for that. Cameron B says, I try so hard to avoid spoilers for movies and shows. When the 13th Doctor was announced for Doctor Who within an hour, I knew. It's a shame. It is. We live in the age of the social media and the internet, so spoilers naturally are very, very easy to get hold of, and a lot of idiots and just really weird, selfish people like to spoil films for people because they get a very sick enjoyment out of ruining films for people and making other people feel bad. So that's my mini rant about spoilers. And Hector is here. Welcome, Hector. Happy New Year to you too. Hope you're doing well. Walter says, if you could choose one movie franchise /TV show to have its own Lego set that hasn't been done yet, which would you pick? It's a good question, Walter. Any movie franchise? Oh, I need to think now. Any movie franchise? Because all the big ones, Indiana Jones has had a few. Star Wars obviously is massive. TV show. Because I'm trying to think, like, there's loads of great TV shows, but I'm trying to think of like an iconic thing, whether it be a vehicle or a building, that would be great to build as a Lego set. Let's have a look on Letterboxd, trying to refresh my memory on a few things. Batman's been done many, many times. It's a big thing for Lego. Oh, gosh. Ooh, here's a good one. The Shining. I'd love to see an Overlook Hotel. The Shining. I'd love to see an Overlook Hotel. That'd be awesome. I mean, not exactly the demographic for Lego. I wouldn't think the Lego audience would be watching The Shining, but still, I would love to get an Overlook Hotel set. Harvey Morton says, which upcoming streaming release are you most excited for this month? The only one I know of, Harvey, is a film coming out tomorrow, which is Pieces of a Woman. It's an awards film with Vanessa Kirby and Shia LaBeouf in. It's technically counting as a 2020 film because it made its debut in 2020. So I think a lot of people are counting that as a 2020 film, even though it's debuting on Netflix in 2021. So I'll probably count that as a 2020 film. That's the only one I know of so far, Harvey. So yeah, Pieces of a Woman I'd go with, because it looks interesting and it's had very positive reviews. Cameron B says, are you a fan of The Lord of the Rings? The movies are so long, 3 hours, it kind of puts me off from watching. Would you recommend them? I'm not a massive fan of Lord of the Rings, but I do like the films. I especially like Fellowship of the Ring. And I can see why the long runtime puts you off. But I don't mind long run times at all. I've seen longer films than 3 hours. So I think if you kind of settle into its mythology and its groove and just really get in there, because Fellowship of the Ring is probably my favorite Lord of the Rings film. Again, I'm not a massive fan. I wouldn't probably rate any of them 5 out of 5 at this point. In fact, I think the worst one would be Return of the King, even though I don't think Return of the King is bad. I just think it was just way too long. I really enjoy The Two Towers as well. They are really good films. Like, a lot of people talk about them. They're essential films to watch. I would recommend them, definitely. Don't let the long runtime put you off, because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel that long anyway. So yeah, I'd recommend them. Neo says, what Blu-ray player do you have to play Region A Criterions? I have a multi-regional Blu-ray player, but it doesn't play Region A Criterions. I have a region-free Blu-ray player, well, 4K player actually. So unless I don't know, Neo, because mine plays Region A discs no problem, unless because on my player you've got to, on the remote for the player, press the number 1 and then press the button play, and then it switches the regions over. I can't just put in a disc whenever I please. You've got to physically change the region over. So that might be the case for you. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, my player is region free. Darush says, hopefully I'm saying that right. Dariush, yeah. Thoughts on Disney Pixar's Soul? Disney Pixar's Soul. I really liked Soul. I don't think I liked it as much as everyone else liked it, but I still really liked it. Thought the animation was spectacular. I thought the themes and everything that was going on was really thought-provoking and really adult for Pixar. But my main problems with the films are, people disagree, that's fine, but I was expecting more of a prevalent jazz theme in the film. I just was expecting something for my foot to be tapping to throughout the film, which, in my opinion, I didn't get. A lot of people, like I saw MovieBug was saying, Van Cliff James said, those guys think the music was really good. And I might be listening to it on Spotify, but when I looked on Spotify, the soundtrack wasn't yet available. So hopefully it is now. I need to watch it again, but I did think it was good, but not that suitable for kids, I don't think. It doesn't really have that much of an engaging plot for kids. I think there are a few goofy moments in it as well. So yeah. I'll just explain those, actually, because I think people will be wondering why I said that and want me to explain. So what I mean by that is, and I'll try not to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the film, but they make a shift towards, in the middle of the film, where it kind of leans more toward the children's kind of atmosphere, you could say. Kind of, it's a little fun, and I thought it was an interesting direction. I didn't dislike it, but I thought, if you're going to make a film about the purpose of life, these very deep themes, it's a hard balance. It's a very hard balance, I would say. But I need to watch the film again to know what I'm actually talking about, because I've only seen it once. So I think when I've seen it twice, I can really digest the film, because there's a lot to unpack in Soul. There's definitely a lot there to talk about. And Walter Robinson says, did you see the Clockwork Orange is getting 4K? I think you mean by that. Yes, I think you put that there. Getting 4K release. That's what I'm starting with after Bond rewatch this week. So when is that coming out? The Clockwork Orange 4K release? I looked in HMV, I couldn't find it there. But I've heard, yeah, looks great. Hopefully they bring a special edition 4K set out like they did for 2001, Shining, and Full Metal Jacket. I'm still waiting on the Eyes Wide Shut 4K release. And Lolita. They need to get those films out. Hector says, I love Blu-ray, but there are some movies that I feel like aren't worthy on a Blu-ray, like any generic comedy or horror movie, or even courtroom drama. I can see what you mean by that, Hector. Maybe you think that those films don't really put that much of an effort into the visual elements of the film, so I can see where you're coming from. All says, will the pushing back of films impact our thoughts on them? For example, will No Time to Die be good enough to justify all of its delays and not disappoint? It's an interesting question, All. I think we really need to judge it from the trailers and things, because my excitement for the film isn't that big. Even though I love Bond, it's just I wasn't that impressed with the trailers. So I don't know. What do you think, Al? Do you think you will, because you've been waiting for this film way longer than you should have, and you've been really excited about it, so you go in with very hopefully positive expectations, and then you come out with either maybe, I don't know, maybe even negative like really disappointed expectations, or not expectations, thoughts, or when you watch something really okay, you think it's really good because you've just finally seen it. There's a few different ways we can play this, but it's a mission, definitely. But I would just judge it from the trailers that we've got so far. For me, for No Time to Die, it isn't something that I'm super looking forward to, from judging from the trailers at least. I'll definitely watch it though. Really gonna watch it. Anyway, Rehan says, I have good news. I'm currently filming my day in life video. What should I say in my video? I have one. Sorry, you didn't put any commas in there. 100,000. So you got 10,000 Blu-rays. What should you say because you've got 10,000 Blu-rays? I don't know, Rehan. You've got 10,000 Blu-rays. You're clearly the expert here. You can decide, can't you, what to say talking about 10,000 Blu-rays? That's a very impressive collection, I must say. But good luck filming with your day in the life video. Blu-ray Madness. Hello, Blu-ray Madness. Hector says, it's also annoying when people spoil films by using memes. That's also very annoying. I agree. Walter says, I think I'd like to get a Back to the Future Lego set. Don't think that's been done yet. There actually was a Lego Ideas DeLorean of Back to the Future, which I've got. It's really good. But I think that's gone now. That's been discontinued, unfortunately. And yes, Walter is a big fan of my choice. And technically, The Shining is a franchise because it's got Doctor Sleep in it as well. So technically a franchise. And Fistful Review says he still hasn't seen The Shining. Is it good as everyone says it is? I think if you go in with massive expectations, Fistful Reviews, if you're going in thinking this is going to be the greatest thing you've ever watched in your entire life, you will be let down. And I'll tell you why, because when you first watched The Shining, for me at least, I was a little underwhelmed. I thought, well, what was that about? That wasn't scary. That was just kind of weird. But I found myself revisiting the film over and over again and being continually creeped out by the film and the atmosphere it's able to create. So definitely going with an open mind. But it's definitely a film to watch. Blue Madness says, have you seen Letters from Iowa Jimmer, directed by Clint Eastwood? Was a phenomenal movie. I haven't. No, I haven't, but I will check that out. I'll see if that's in any streaming services, but I'm not a massive fan of Clint Eastwood as a director. I don't think I've seen one film that he's directed that I've actually liked. Like a film that he's directed that's been really enjoyable. His direction seems very uninspired and quite flat. Except for maybe American Sniper. I thought that was very solid. I enjoyed American Sniper. But apart from that, I haven't seen Unforgiven, which apparently is meant to be really great. I've seen quite a few, surprisingly. I've seen Gran Torino. I've seen, what's the Paris one about the real, where he actually has the real life people act in the film. I've seen The Mule. I've seen the one about the guy with the bomb. His latest film. Forgot the name of that. Yeah, I've seen a few. I've seen Sully as well. Yeah. And Rian says his birthday is on the 30th of January. Very good. Erin is here. Hello, Erin. How are you? All says Fistful. Bearing in mind, okay. Also, this is all replying to Fistful, but he's saying that he loves horror and Kubrick. I think The Shining is one of the most overrated films ever. It's fine, but it's interesting to research and watch. I see where you're coming from there. And I think some people just love The Shining just because it's The Shining, and they don't actually like it for the reasons that they maybe should be liking it for. Anyway, Blue and Madness says, do you have a movie watching routine, like one in the afternoon and one at night, or just random? I pretty much plan out most films that I watch, because this is kind of within, I've got many streaming services, so I look for the films that are leaving the services, watch them. I'm now currently rewatching and watching the films that I haven't seen of Spielberg, but when I do plan them out, I usually watch one film in the day and then one or two films in the afternoon. If I can squeeze two films in, that's good, but maybe one film. So one or two films in the afternoon, one film in the evening at 7 o'clock, usually around 7 o'clock. And then after that, I'll have time for another one, hopefully. So that when I plan that out and routine that out, I get 4 to 5 films in that day. Hector says, it seems that Soul is Pixar's Tenet in a way. I can see that. It's been an interesting year for films that we've been hyping up, like Tenet and what's the other one? Mank as well, where people have been having very mixed opinions on, and it's been deeply written as well. Yeah, it's interesting. Aaron says, do you consider yourself to be an artist or a creator of art? It's a deep question, Aaron. An artist or a creator of art? I wouldn't even say I was any. Isn't an artist even wouldn't you say an artist is a creator of art? Am I an artist? Is this like filmmaking wise? Filmmaking wise, artist. I don't know if I'd be any of them. If I'm honest, I'm just a filmmaker. Just someone, it's in the name. I make films. I'm a filmmaker. I like to both satisfy my own artistic desires as well as quite uninspiring. Yeah. Winslow and some filmmakers, can I just go back, do both as well really well. Like Scorsese, he's both artistically brilliant, but also very open and commercial in that sense as well. And a few other filmmakers do that as well, really to a good standard. Winslow says, I like Soul. The real world animation and lighting was beautiful. However, I'm not the biggest fan of the newer Inside Out / style Pixar animation personally. Yeah, on another thing, I just realized that what's his name now? He was in the film, and I don't understand why he was in it. He was a TV presenter. Graham Norton, was it? He was in the, I don't get. Yeah, Graham Norton was in the film as the character of Moonwind. I don't know why they got Graham Norton in it. I don't dislike the guy. I enjoy watching his show a lot, but I don't know why he's in Soul. Just get an actual proper voice actor in it. How did he swindle himself into that film? It was really distracting as well. Yeah, it's got an interesting voice cast. Walter says, do you have a favorite movie reviewer on YouTube? I don't have a favorite one. I just have a few that I enjoy watching. Of course, Chris Stuckman is the go-to one. I enjoy hearing his thoughts occasionally. He's the only big YouTube movie reviewer that I follow. So I follow a lot of other people, but they kind of do Blu-rays and all sorts of different videos. But Chris Stuckman sticks to reviews. That's all he does, pretty much, is movie reviews. So just Chris Stuckman, actually, now that I think of it. And of course, like Movie Bug, he does a few movie reviews when a new release comes out, but he also does other things. So yeah, but purely a movie reviewer would just be Chris Stuckman. There's no one else that really comes to mind. Yeah, I can't think of anyone. Do you have a favorite Pixar movie? My favorite is Inside Out. The movie came out at the right time for me. I was depressed at the time. Oh, well, I'm glad it helped you, Cameron. That's good. For me, it's The Incredibles, just because of the nostalgia factor and just how good it is. It's so fun, and the music and everything was just, man, I love The Incredibles so much. It's my favorite Pixar. I know it's not the most deep Pixar film, but I love it. I really love The Incredibles so much. Walter says, couldn't sum up your thoughts on The Shining better myself. First time underwhelmed, but each time I watch it, I'm just in awe, and it's terrifying. Love it. Doctor Sleep, on the other hand. Doctor Sleep is an interesting one. I watched that film in cinemas, and I liked it when I watched it in cinemas, but then I got the Blu-ray and I began to watch the extended cut of the film, which is 3 hours long. And I just found myself completely bored and uninspired to finish this film. And I didn't finish it. I got 2 hours in. And I explained in my Letterboxd review why that is. It was because I kept on having to pause the film and go off and do something because something came up and go back to it. So it was very uneven in that sense. So I might one day put it in, try and bear it and see what I actually think of the film. Because right now I don't really know. One time I watched it, I thought it was great. The next time it was disrupted and I thought it was quite dull and just not good. Oh, Film Geek 13 is back. I think for a bit. That's good. Alex Pitt says, $1 Million Baby is great Eastwood, in my opinion. Oh, that's another one I saw. I actually don't like $1 Million Baby. Yeah. I was really hoping to enjoy $1 Million Baby when I watched it, but I don't. I really actually don't like that film. It's not bad, but I'll give it like a 2.3 or something out of 5. Again, it's mainly because of Eastwood's flat direction, and Morgan Freeman's voiceover just got annoying. It got irritating after a while. Yeah, I didn't connect with that film. Sad to say. I love Bridges of the Madison Country. Is that a film that someone mentioned above Fistful Reviews? Let me have a look. I'm going to see that now. If this loads, is Letterboxd going to load for me? Oh, yeah, it's Eastwood. Oh, it does look quite good, actually. Meryl Streep. Wow, yeah. This looks really good. It's got good ratings on Letterboxd. Yeah, this does look good. Oh, I've added it to my watch list. Even that one still of Eastwood and holding his camera looks really interesting. Yeah. Also says, will Tarantino stick to his 10 film limit? As far as I'm concerned, he's already at it, though, as I count the Kill Bill films as separates. Kind of, but Kill Bill was shot and scripted as one film, but it was really long, and so they had to split it into 2. So, but will he stick to his 10 film limit? I think for a few years he will. He'll do his final film, and he's said before that he wants to kind of go on to maybe write and do a play. He's doing the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood book. So he'll definitely still be in the creative, artistic circuit, but just in different art forms. And he might return to filmmaking one day. He might do a TV show. You know, that's not a film. That's a show. He might do a show. So he's definitely not going anywhere. Isn't like he's going to do his final 10th film and just go. He'll still have ideas. He's a creative artist. Of course, an idea will get in his head. He'll want to explore themes. He'll want to do something more. Erin says, do you think metaphors will become more prominent in your style, much like the spider metaphor from Deadly Obsession? Definitely. I really want to add more in there, make the film more subtle, make the film more interesting and intricate and thought out. Yeah, I think there might have been a few of the ones in Deadly Obsession, but that was the main one, the main visual metaphor that I had in there. I think there was another one I had. I can't remember. But that was the main one, because it's also quite, because it's the first shot of the film, so, and you wouldn't think it would have anything to do with the film, because you see a spider in the bathtub, you see the credits, and then it's gone, and so it's like, what was that about? But it means something. Of course, everything means something. Louis Studio says, thoughts on Beetlejuice? It's okay. I like Michael Keaton in it, but apart from that, it's okay. Blue Ray Madness says, Letters from Iwo Jima is a Japanese, and it is a perspective of the Japanese rather than the Americans. Oh, I'll have a look at that, Blue Ray Madness. Now you've intrigued me. Letters from... it's another Eastwood. and another highly rated Eastwood. Wow, Mr. Clint Eastwood is popular on today's live stream. Van James says, do you have a big moment where you decide you wanted to make films, or was it more of a slower build-up? Yes, it was very much a slow build-up. I spoke of this quite briefly in my year-in review thing where I did my Letterboxd statistics and I answered the questions I was given from my Instagram followers. My transition from just making films and now I just have to make films for my whole life. I just have to do it now. It's just not an option. I just have to. Like I said, I was inspired by the X-Men First Class and Stranger Things, and I didn't realize it at the time that I was making a film. I didn't realize it. I was just doing it. I thought it was some kind of weird, but it was a film. And then my friend, I was talking to him about it, and I can't remember when it was, but he mentioned something about it, and then we started making them. One summer, we made about 3 films in one summer, I think it was. Our first film proper together was called Why Hide, and it's not HYDE, not the name Hyde, but the actual hiding somewhere. Why Hide? And that was actually apparently based on a true story my friend dug up, where someone was hiding in someone's basement because his house had a basement. Someone was hiding in their basement for over the course of a few weeks, and then we made the film The Three Brothers, which was mainly my idea, where 2 people break into a government office to steal a file called The Three Brothers, and that was it. That's pretty much a heist film, but it basically consists of us walking into my house. My house is the setting of the film, and that is disguised. It's a house, but disguised as a house, but it's not. It's a government facility. It's an office. We walk in. I go into an office. I point a gun at someone and shoot them in the head. Yes, and that was my little brother. I take the file, and then there's a bit of a chase, and there's a few more bits to that as well. And then I made An Endless Escape, which we spent a lot of time on, which is on my YouTube channel to watch. It's not very good, but yeah. Hector says, do you watch any documentaries? I do watch documentaries. I view documentaries just as films. It's a genre of film. I watched Grizzly Man a few weeks ago, which was really good. Yeah, I watch documentaries. If you're talking about like miniseries documentaries, it depends, but I do watch a few. What's your favorite hooligan movies, like Green Street, The Football Factory, or The Firm? I'll have to search that one up. Back to the Future Boy 1985. Good name as well. I'm typing up The Firm and we'll see. No? Green Street, The Football Factory. I've never heard of that film. Can I type? Oh, Green Street Hooligans. I've never heard of Green Street. What is this? What is Green Street? Alex Pitt, you've seen it, Alex. If you're still watching, Alex, I'm looking on Letterboxd. I follow you. You've given it 3 stars, the first one. Wow, you watched that. But no, I've never heard of Green Street. What is Green Street? Is it like based on a show? This is the first time I've heard of Green Street. If I'm completely honest, and I'll keep on looking down to see if you reply, Alex. But I've never heard of Green Street before. How interesting. Walter Robbins says, yeah, I remember us talking about Dr. Sleep in the past. I think it had the opposite effect of The Shining. It became, oh yes, it's a shame. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. It's a shame because I love Flanagan. Haunting of Hill House is insanely good. Yeah, and I also thought Flanagan, he has a very distinct kind of color palette style of cinematography and editing because he puts a color palette in, and I guess it's kind of signature thing, but I think they should have stuck with a normal one or something that resembled the one of The Shining. Alex Pitt, I'm watching Portrait of a Lady on Fire tonight. I've heard great things. It is a really great film, Alex. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It is fantastic. Aha. So This is what you put, Alex. It says, Green Street Hooligans is decent. It's about someone who moves to London and is slowly introduced to the violent side of football fans. Sounds interesting. Yeah. It does sound like an interesting plot. Darius says, I love Chris Strutman. Have you seen his Blu-ray vids? He talked about his Blu-ray collection, a couple of vids. If so, what do you make of it? I probably have seen them before, but that would have been a few years ago. And he doesn't really do them much anymore. But I wish he would do. I remember a few years ago he did, every month he would review a film pre-1970s. That was such a great series. Why did he stop doing that? I do not know. Why didn't he revive that during COVID-19 lockdown? I do not know, because there are some of his really great videos that I really enjoy, exposing people to films like 12 Angry Men, Seven Samurai. I really wish he would do that. But anyway. Rowan says, yes, you are still live. Just so your Instagram post. What I've done to watch Host and Summer of 85. What I've done? Sorry, Rowan. What I've done is watch... Oh, what you have done is watch Host and Summer of 85. Is Summer of 85 or Host good? I've seen Summer of 85 advertised by Curzon. Host I know of. Haven't seen either. Should I give them a watch? Winslow says, do you have the Vintage Classics, the Third Man Special Edition? I've been looking at getting it. Want to know if it's worth it. I don't, Winslow, but I'd like to get that or the Criterion version of the Third Man, whichever one's better. I'd hope that they're the same. I'd like to go the Criterion one, but that's a Region A US one. So, yeah, I'd have to import that. But I don't, unfortunately. I've seen the Third Man on BFI Player. That's how I've watched it. Also, Robin says, have you seen many of Bong Joon-ho's films aside from Parasite? Managed to see Memories of Murder and thought it was incredible. Yeah, I've seen Mother, Snowpiercer, Okja. I think they're the ones I've seen. I haven't seen Memories of Murder. That's the one. But I did hear that the Curzon Artificial Eye Blu-ray, joint Blu-ray pack of that and Barking Dogs Never Bite, they don't have any special features on. And I heard from somewhere that Memories of Murder would be getting a Criterion release. Still waiting on that, because if it gets a Criterion release, I'm definitely getting that, because that will have special features on. So I was a little disappointed to hear that the Curzon Artificial Eye Blu-rays don't have any special features. But I think those are the ones I've seen. Yeah, I've seen Snowpiercer. Am I missing any? Yeah, I think they're the ones. Rowan says, where did you get the Fellini box set from, by the way? It's Region A lock. Is it Region A locked or open like Bergman and come and see? It is a Region A lock, and I got it from, well, my parents got it from the Amazon US, because I got it for Christmas, and I pointed them in the right direction. So I went on to Amazon, the USA version of Amazon, and you can buy Blu-rays, Criterion Blu-rays from there and get them shipped over. But again, it's Region A locked, which is unfortunate for some people who don't have a region free player. So maybe invest in that if you want to see it. See the films. Winslow says, I rewatched The Sunrise and Sunset again recently. You need to watch them. I think I follow you now, Winslow, in Letterboxd. So yeah, I saw your I think it was a 5-star ratings for them. I do need to watch them. I've just got so much things I also need to watch. I've got Mubi. I've got 3 months of Mubi for £1. £1. If just get it now. I can't believe they're doing such a fantastic deal. 3 months for £1. So I did something on Twitter. I just said, I just showed everyone the immediate films I put on my watch list. So I've got all those films to watch, which loads of films I put on my watch list for Mubi. So yeah, that is great. 3 months for £1. Hector says the Crip Camp, is quite an underrated Netflix documentary. Very informative, entertaining. I've heard of that. Yeah, I'd like to see that, Hector. I'd like to see that one. Also says, I very rarely watch TV, however. Sorry, everyone. My phone just gone off then. And it was a Twitter notification. Talking of Twitter. Last year, I watched The Virtues on Channel 4, as I really liked its director, and it absolutely blew me away. Highly recommend. It's only 4 episodes. Oh, only 4 episodes. That's not too bad. I spent the late October and early November watching the only 2 seasons of Mindhunter, which is also an incredible show. because it's David Fincher's attached. My drama teacher / head teacher from school was in Green Street. Really? That's interesting. Wow. Fistful Review says, I saw that you added Bridges at the most good video watch list. I highly recommend watching it. A great film. It's on HBO Max, and if you don't have that, then you could probably rent it for $3 or $4. Yeah, I don't have a HBO Max. It's not available in the UK. I'm sure it's on my watch list. And Letterboxd have got a great feature now where they notify you when a film is available on one of your favorite streaming services. So that's great. All also says Memories of Murder is brilliant, just like Zodiac. Well, similar, I would say, to Zodiac. Really exciting to watch it. Really excited to see that all. Rowan says, host was good. Was surprised by it. All told over Zoom, which was done really well. It was generally unnerving. Only an hour long. Oh, only an hour long. That's fine then. Worth it. Wow. Oh, I probably will watch that. Winslow says, wait, does Come and See play on Region B play? It does. Come and See is a Region A and Region B. So that is very generous of Criterion. So you can buy Come and See and watch it on your Region B player. Yeah, joint. So it's very good. Walter Robinson says, love Chris Stuckman. Don't know if you've seen... yes, I've seen Jeremy Johns, but I've subscribed to him, but I don't watch his videos. Sean Chandler. I only really watch Stuckman, but Sean Chandler. Walter. Sean Chandler. I am not a fan of Mr. Chandler. If anyone follows me on Twitter, you will know this. I am not a... No. I do not like... I'm not going to get into it. But I don't like Sean Chandler. I don't like his videos. I don't like his release kind of strategy. I'm not going to get into it. In fact, I got into a bit of an argument with Sean on Twitter a few weeks ago, or not, like maybe beginning of December, because I think he posted a tweet saying about a video. Oh yeah, he had to record like 5 videos in one day or something. And then I put something like, because my problem with Sean, I feel like I need to explain myself now. My problem with Sean Chandler is that he just always just makes he makes so many videos. For example, let me give you an example. Every time a new Marvel film that will come out, he will do a video ranking the MCU. So he's going to do about 10 videos this year ranking the MCU, because he's probably going to be ranking all the MCU Disney Plus shows. He'll be ranking, and he's constant content where barely anything has changed. He's making pretty much the same video. He's getting so much more views, sucking up the views, and making, he's just milking out the cash from all this stuff, and I just don't like it. So yeah, it's a mini rant over. Summer of 85 is like most mainstream, easygoing, Call Me By Your Name type. It's sweet, it's honest, bit of a fantasy, and quite familiar. I might give that one a miss then. Winslow says, yes, thanks for the follow on Letterboxd. I'm Yenrock. I think that's how you say it. Yenrock. Oh, and then Fistful of Reviews saw that. It said, saw the Sean Chandler. That was interesting. I like Sean Chandler, honestly, but I usually stick with smaller movie channels like yourself or Nicholas. Thank you, Fistful Reviews. It wasn't interesting. I had a lot of Sean Chandler fans come and attack me. Well, just say things. It's like, don't get involved. Oh, we're on all. Memories of Murder and the Before trilogy are both amazing. Memories of Murder is like Zodiac and Before Sunset. My favorite of the trilogy. Oh my god, oh wow, everybody's now recommending the Before trilogy to me. They actually grow on you as you get older, as the characters go through similar experiences. Highly recommend the rewatchability. Wow, I should really go and watch these films now. You're very much encouraging me to go and watch them. I will watch them soon. I really need to. Final Collector James says, glad to see Patterson is on your watch list. Unique film and great performances. Yeah, I've seen Patterson. I want to watch it again. I liked it. Back to the Future Boy says, no, mate, Green Street is about Elijah Wood, who goes to London and to see his sister and meets Pete, who is the leader of football, and Elijah Wood. It was his first time. Okay, I think that might have been in response to Alex's comment about what Green Street is about. But you're a little late to that. I don't know. Okay. And Winslow says, "Oh, I might have to import then." You can. That's a good thing. Very nice of Sean Chandler. Rowan says, "Have you heard of Hi Matt, 1984, 1992, 2003? If not, has epic length edited into easy watchable episodes. Film focuses on family in German from end of World War One to millennium, then prequel made in 2013. I've never heard of that, Rowan. Let me have a look. Hi Matt. Is it on Letterboxd to see them? Yeah, it is. Directed by Edgar Wright. That was the first one anyway. No, I've never heard of it. It seems very epic, but I've actually never heard of it. Thank you for telling me about that. Fistful Reviews says, "I'm not trying to say that your channel is small, but I'm talking about like small." No. I completely understand film. Fistful Reviews. Sorry. I completely understand what you're talking about. Alex Pierce says, "I'll watch Sean Chandler, but I prefer watching smaller YouTubers like yourself and movie because you actually watch films that aren't just popular blockbusters." Thank you again. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone, for saying that. Yeah. No, I don't watch Sean Chandler. Not a fan. I would recommend Green Street to you, Lucas. It's a very good film. Yep. I would. I really should see it. It does have Elijah Wood in as well. You're right. I'll turn my phone on silent. And Charlie Hunnam as well. Thank you. And I'm all caught up with the comments. That is surprising. Thank you, everybody, for watching this live stream so far. I've had really great comments in. Hopefully, I'm not going too fast. Hopefully, you all feel relaxed and having a good conversation. But again, we've been doing really great for people watching today. Really great, in fact. I had about 23 people watching at one point. The usuals are back. It's great to be back, everyone. Rowan says, "Oh, it's got a brilliant second sight release. I squealed with excitement when I heard they were releasing the remaster. I'll private message you a video that explains why it's so good. Might be mild spoilers, though." Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I might watch the video, but I'm not a fan of spoilers. But I might watch it. But I'll have a look into that. I will have a look into that, Rowan. Winslow, underrated directors. Sergio Corbucci. I don't hear many people talking about Mr. Corbucci. He's an underrated director. Who else? Is there anyone on my... Oh, Celine Sciamma, I don't hear many people talking about Celine Sciamma. That's how you say her name, right? Celine Sciamma. She did Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which Alex says he's watching tonight. She did Girlhood, Tomboy, and everyone really raves about Portrait of a Lady on Fire, but I don't hear her name saying, Celine Sciamma. She's really a good director. All my favorite directors are quite well known. I'm just looking if any of them are underrated, but no. Those are the first two that pop into my head. First two people that pop into my head. Anyone else? I'm sure if someone mentions a director that is probably underrated, I will kick myself and think, oh, why didn't I think of that? Duke Badass Mitchell says, favorite film poster, I believe The Night They Robbed Big Berters is pretty superb. Some of my favorite film posters would be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Love that poster. Actually, the poster on my wall framed. Oh, love that poster. Another favorite posters would be. I really like the poster of the Dolce Vita. Shining's iconic. There's a few others. Let me have a look now. But I'll look at yours. You suggested the night they robbed Big Bertha's. You said that's pretty superb. This is actually from the what'd you say? The Letterboxd poster. So this is the Letterboxd poster, and I mean, I wouldn't call that superb, unless you're talking about a different poster. Because I'm looking at the Letterboxd poster, and that's actually directed by William Friedkin as well. One of his lesser known works, actually. Only 580 people on Letterboxd have seen it. Definitely lesser known. Maybe hard to get hold of. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, Alex says, are these live streams happening weekly until lockdown ends? Yes, they are. And when a lockdown ends, because I used to do them every 2 weeks, because on a Wednesday, because I go to college every other week. So, and then the week I was in college, on a Wednesday, I wouldn't do the live streams because I get back home at 6 o'clock. I start the live streams at 7. So as soon as I get back home, I'm really exhausted. I've been awake since 6:30 in the morning. As soon as I get back, tea's ready. And when I've done that, I won't have enough time. I'll be rushing to get my shower and things. I'll just be exhausted. I wouldn't be in a very good state to be doing a live stream. So that's why I do them on my online weeks. So yeah. Oh, Duke saying the one that only has 7 views on Letterboxd. How would I know about that film? How do you know about these films, Duke Badass? Can you tell me, like, how do you know about these films? Oh, is this the one? Yeah. And again, it's nothing. Look, that's the one that I think you were referring to. That's not superb, I don't think. It's kind of a similar art film. Oh, there's some other film posters I forgot to mention. It would be anything from Sal Bass, Anatomy of a Murder, The Man with the Golden Hand. Really great poster. But can you please explain? I think I've asked you this question before. You just mentioned like these films I've never heard of. And you didn't actually answer my question. All says, have you seen The Nightingale? I watched it last week, and that scene, 20 minutes in, was one of the toughest things I've watched. I hear The Nightingale is pretty brutal. Haven't seen it though. Darius says, next live chat, we can do the film game. We can, Darius. We will. And I might have a guest with me as well, which would be really fun. I don't know who. I'll ask around a few people. Walter Robinson says, would you say Ari Aster is a fairly underrated director? Love his films and just feel like there are not enough people that have seen them or speak about him in general. I did see his name, Walter, when I was looking at my favorite directors. And I didn't, probably because his films are just so, especially Midsummer, well known. They're so well known at the moment. Like Midsummer's at this point, you know, the colours and Florence Pugh and the flowers. I see that quite a bit over social media and things. But you could make an argument to say he is pretty underrated. He's new, he's only made 2 feature films. There is a strong argument to say that. Rowan. Link to the video that explains why Hermit is so good for anyone else who's interested. Actually, no spoilers. Oh, that's fantastic then. Fantastic. I'll watch that. So I spend a great amount of time searching for obscure films. How would you do that as well? How would you get around that? But it's interesting. It's great. Really great. Back to the Future voices. Oh, sorry, Lucas. I meant that Elijah Wood character in it has never been in a fight until he met. Oh, that's okay. Back to the Future boy. It's fine. If Nicholas is on, he will answer the quiz questions before you. He will. He'll know them. He'll read my mind. Yeah. No, some of them are pretty. In fact, we'll do one now. We'll do the first one, everyone. I'll give you a taste of what's to come. The first one's actually really easy, if you've seen the film though, or if you know the line. So it's you've got to guess what film it's from this quote. So guess the film. I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. What film is that quote from? I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Let's see. I'll answer people's questions in a minute, but I just thought I'd just do this. Don't I say it again? We'll see if, who's got that. Who's first? Who is first to answer? All was. Well done, all. And Alex picked close in second. Silence of the Lambs. You are all correct. There's also on the top right of the page here, it says it's a true or false. And it says Wolverine portray Hugh Jackman is allergic to animal hair. Is that true or is it false? I don't actually know this one. But is it true or is it false? I wouldn't even know if anyone knew this one. What is it? I know the answer. Wolverine portrayer Hugh Jackman is allergic to animal hair. True or false? But well done, Alex and all, for getting those. Oh, and all. That's one of your favorite films of all time. So of course you get that right. I can see now why you're number one. Oh, we're getting a few people in here. Barnacle seems true. People are saying true. True. Walter says false. Walter, you're correct. It's false. Yeah. Wolverine, he is not allergic. Yeah. It's false. Sorry, guys. And you wouldn't know it. It's a little interesting one, but it's false. Well done, everyone. That was fun. Yeah. So well done, Walter. You're the winner of that question. Anyway, let's get back to it. Oh, we've got a few more to go. Rowan says, I don't think Ari Aster is underrated. Hereditary became highest grossing 88-24. I think generally audiences are becoming more open to his films. Yeah, again, I did say there was an argument to be made for that. Either or. Also, they've been watching a few David Lynch films lately, and Kubrick may be getting some competition for my favorite director. Oh, I've seen a few David Lynch films, and I don't know, unless I start to rewatch them. I need to watch Mulholland Drive again. I'd like to watch Elephant Man again. Yeah, he's a great director. I just connect so well with Kubrick. Anyway, Cine Watcher says, a bit late to your movie comment, but I had to cancel my subscription as I found it unplayable, constantly buffering, even when right next to a Wi-Fi router. No, I've never had any problems, Cine Watcher. No, I've had Mubi for 2 months for free. So I've technically had Mubi now for 5 months. Well, 2 months in a row, and then a big gap, and now 3 months. And I've only had to pay £1 for it because I got a free trial, a month of a free trial from watching a YouTube video. And then as I was to cancel that free trial, they gave me another free trial, another free month. So, and for those 2 months I had Mubi, I didn't encounter any of those problems. I'm talking to the wrong people about films. And back to the oh yeah, Charlie Hunnam plays Pete, and Green Street is American-British hooligan film. Right, thank you. And Duke Badass says, Letterboxd is probably the resource I use the most, searching under lists of categories or subgenres that sound intriguing will usually reveal some hidden gems. That's true, yeah. Do you kind of find these obscure films and then try and find them and watch them? Or do you just kind of add them to your watch list and watch them whenever? Darish says, sorry for pestering. No problem, Darish. Keep pester me, please. I enjoy it. And that's what I'm here for people to pester me, to ask me questions, to talk. I think you're just referring to how you constantly talking about Breaking Bad, which is fine. I know you really love that show, and you've asked me, did I manage to watch an episode of it? I have yet to receive my Breaking Bad box set from Big Paulie, but he did message me today. He said that he's sending it to me. So in the next few days, I should be getting my Breaking Bad complete show, every season Blu-ray. Yeah. And if you get a chance to watch Green Street Hooligans, it's on Netflix. Thank you for the information. Back to Future Boy. This review says, I totally know that this is true, but I'm 100% just... Oh, definitely. Alex P said, I'd say Robert Eggers is slightly... That's a really good pick, Alex. Yeah. One that I've actually forgotten to mention. It's a good pick, Alex. Winslow says, Eraserhead was Kubrick's favourite film. Or one of them. Yeah, I'm going to definitely pick up the Eraserhead Criterion. Dennis Hopper has an absolutely wonderful performance in David Lynch's Blue Velvet, although some may disagree. I believe it is hilarious. I'd like to see Blue Velvet. I've seen it was on Netflix at some point, but it got taken down. Back to the Future Boy says, do you stutter sometimes, Lucas? I don't sometimes, especially on live streams, when I really need to get my words out. Yeah, I would say sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I do stutter. But it's not a big thing. Like when I'm talking normally, I usually don't. But it's usually when I'm trying to think of something, or I'm also reading the comments as I'm talking as well, because I can't just hide the comments. And I like to read them for them to come up anyway. Also, I think I know who you are, Back to the Future Boy. I think I know who you might be. Duke Badass says, most of what I watch are very unseen films. Unfortunately, it certainly makes it more difficult to find a way of watching. That's true, yeah. I think Amazon are quite good when you can rent the films, but I do agree that they're quite hard to find. Any more comments? Oh, Hector's put something, but I don't think it's come up on my thing yet. But I can see it now because I'm looking on my other tab. And he put favorite Denzel Washington movie. Has it come up yet? No, it hasn't. But I'll just say it anyway. Favorite Denzel Washington movie would be Training Day. Really enjoyed Training Day. Here it is now. Yeah, favorite Denzel Washington movie would definitely be Training Day. Oh, and also the song Blue Velvet from Blue Velvet is always in my head. I do believe Blue Velvet's got a Criterion release as well. Quite a few Lynch films have got Criterion releases. I assume it's a good song then, all if it's stuck in your head. Any more questions, people? Our actors just put that his performance in Remember the Titans is so electrifying. I haven't seen that one, Hector. I haven't seen, to be honest with you, I haven't seen many Denzel Washington films. To be completely honest, I haven't seen that many. But anyway, today's been very successful, I think. It's been great talking again, and I'll be doing my what I watched in December video. It'll come up Friday, Saturday at the latest. So we've got a few more people. Do you have any interest in John Waters' films? 3 of his early films, Female Trouble and Polster, all have great Criterion. I don't know about John Waters. I don't know yet. I just feel like I know. I don't really know what his films are about. I know he's a gay man and he's like Female Trouble. I saw like an image of someone that's, I think, dressed in drag, but I don't. What are those? What are the films about? Because let me just have a look in Letterboxd for a second as well. But he doesn't strike me as someone that, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that they're very important and influential, but here he is, Mr. John Waters. He did Hairspray, Pink Flamingos. Let's look at Female Trouble, because I know that's definitely got a I know he was an actor in Hairspray. He directed a few others, but I know there's definitely a female trouble criterion. It's the life and times of Dawn Davenport, showing her progression from British schoolgirl to crazed mass murderer. All of which stems from her parents' refusal to buy her cha-cha-cha heels for Christmas. So it feels quite like a comedy, actually. I just hope it isn't going to be a obnoxious comedy. And he says his style is terrific. His films are hilariously offensive. Yeah, well, that the synopsis I just read out for that one, it does actually seem quite funny. I'm not going to lie. Back to the Future Boy. I'm sorry, if you're upset about asking if you. I didn't. You didn't upset me. Back to the Future Boy. Don't worry. Me and my mates stutter, and I've been trying to stop because people take the mick out of me who stutter. Yeah, I don't. No, it's fine. It's fine. Back to the Future Boy. I wasn't upset by that comment. So, which is in regards to my movie problem. It could be because I live in a busy home, but I've tried it when no one was home and still the same. Oh, that's a shame. Did you get it on their website or through the Prime channel? I got it through their website, yeah. So I've got the app now on my TV and on my iPad. If you got it through the Prime channel, maybe get it through their website. Do you ever buy DVDs? I still get them from CEX if they are like 50p. It's cheaper than renting from Amazon, and I will upgrade to Blu-ray if I like, unless I want the best quality on the first watch. No, I don't buy any DVDs anymore. I don't mind DVDs. I've had to watch my Bond. When I was rewatching my Bond films, I had all them on DVD. I upgraded, but I had them all on DVD. Didn't mind that. I can still watch them. It just depends on the way they look, because I do find that newer films that are released on DVD tend to look the worst. Spectre looked horrendous on DVD. Like, it almost unwatchable. It looked terrible. I need to watch the Iron Giant Fistful reviews. You're right. I need to watch that. Mr. Cart says, hello, continuing, my tradition of being late to these streams. That's fine, Sonata Gart. Thank you for making the effort to join today or this evening. Yes, it's great to have you here. Get a few questions in before I end the stream in about 10 minutes or so. So, back to the Future Boy. I've been trying to help people, who stutter. And what do you mean you know who I am? I might be my friend, just letting you know. Sorry, I'm spamming your phone out. My phone? Are you messaging me? No, you're not messaging. I think, no, I'm on my computer here, so you're not spamming my phone out. But, what do you mean? Yeah, no, sorry, I just thought I know who you are. I feel like you remind me of someone who I might know. Not in real life, online. I had a bit of, no, it's fine. Yeah, but we'll be finishing up soon. I'm going to watch something on Mubi after we finish the stream. Hopefully fit in 2 films, but yeah. Watch something on Mubi. It's been a great turnout today, everyone. Really has been. We've had some really fantastic questions. Great people in. Walter Robinson, Fistful Reviews, Alex Pitt, Winslow, Duke Badass, Hector, All, Back to the Future Boy, Van Collector James, Darius, Cine Watcher, Rowan, and who else? We had. It's all the same people asking all the questions. Oh yes, Louis Studios was here. Blu-ray Madness as well. Erin was here. Filmgeek 13. Cameron B. New comments. Oh wow, we've got a few more. Cinematic Art says, just thought I'd ask if you'd watch a film called The Salesman. I watched it a couple of days ago and really enjoyed it. The Salesman, I haven't seen that one. Let me search it up. Salesman. This is from Ashgar Farhadi, an Iran film. No, I haven't seen it. Oh, it's on Prime. No, I haven't seen it. I might add it to the watch list. Also says thoughts on Gaspar Noir. Controversially, I think Irresistible is one of the greatest pieces of art ever. Is that irreversible? Irreversible? Sorry, I can't read. Is one of the best pieces of art ever. What is that film he did? One of my thoughts on him as a director. I like him. I really love Climax. Climax was just something else, and his film Love. I've seen that. And where's? Oh yeah, that's got Monica Bellucci in. But I think that's meant to be on. It says it's on Mubi. Anyway, his film Love. That is just read my Letterboxd review if you really want to just. I'll read it out. It was just the opening shot. Just I don't even know what to say. Just watch it, and the opening shot will tell you everything you need to know, and you'll know what you're getting into just from the opening shot. Yeah, but I do like him. I think he does some great stuff. Alex Pitt says I had to buy Booksmart on DVD because it's not available on Blu-ray in the UK and it didn't look good at all. Blu-rays for the win. Yeah, that's a shame, Alex. They really should put it out on Blu-ray, but like I said, most recent modern films to come out on DVD look terrible. Hector says, what's your favorite decade for film? The 1970s. If you know who I am, Lucas, just here to say I watched Deadly Obsession, which was really good. YouTube film where I played John. That's true. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed my film. Thank you very much. Winslow says, have you seen The Handmaiden? I'd recommend. Very good. Park Chan-wook also directed Vengeance Trilogy. Oh boy, yes. Yeah, I've got The Handmaiden on a special cousin box set, like you mentioned, Winslow. So many films I need to watch. Winslow says, do you watch Criterion Closet picks on YouTube? Some really good directors picking some of their favorite films. Lots of good recommendations in them. I do. They're really good. Really good. Really enjoy them. Oh, Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Back to the Future Boy. Watch Green Street. I'm sure I'll try and find the time to amongst every other film that I need to watch or rewatch, including Criterions or stuff I've got on Mubi. So, and Green Street, no offense, doesn't strike me as a big film that I need to watch immediately. We'll put it that way. I'm sure you like it, but it doesn't strike me as just something I need to watch immediately. Like I said, there's other things on my watch list that I want to watch sooner, before Trilogy, for instance, and stuff on Mubi and my Criterion films and all sorts. Anyway, people, oof, my leg. Stretch it out. Yeah, we'll be finishing up now, everyone, if that's okay. Like I said, it's been great to have everyone on today. Look forward to the weekly live streams coming ahead with guests on and the fun quiz that we just did. We had a taster of a couple of minutes ago. Hector says, do you think Blu-ray/DVD combo packs should be a thing in the past? If you're kind of referring to, like, I get a few, especially the masters of cinema, I don't know if they still do them. You get the Blu-ray disc and the DVD disc in them. I think they should. But then again, when you get a 4K Blu-ray disc, you get the 4K and you also get the Blu-ray disc. So it's kind of similar. But I do think they should be a thing in the past. I never watched the DVD. But oddly enough, whenever I get a film with different cuts, like the Shining Premium Collection, you get the theatrical cut on Blu-ray and the special extended edition on... No, sorry. You get the theatrical cut on DVD and you get the extended edition on Blu-ray. Luckily, I love the extended edition a lot more. It's a lot better. It's interesting because I think the extended edition, it's longer, and the theatrical cut is shorter, and yet the extended edition, the pacing is so much better. Oh, Alex says, any chance you Movie Bug would do one of the live streams? I would love to do another live stream of Movie Bug. The one that we did together back in the summer was really good fun. Really great guy to have on the channel, or even if it's on his channel, if he wants to do that, I'd be honored to be a guest on his channel. I'd like to. I might reach out, I might send over James a message and just say, do you want to? I'll ask Blueview as well. Blueview usually is quite forthcoming. We've done 2 live streams together, me and Blueview. So, and I also want to get a few new people on the live streams as well that I'll reach out to and ask if they're interested. What she says, thanks for the stream. I've really enjoyed it. Any hidden gems you've discovered on Mubi? I promised I'm not obsessed with Mubi. That's fine, Cine Watch. I think every question you've asked is about Mubi. Any hidden gems? I'll actually read out every film that I added to my Mubi watch list. I'll find my tweet just to let you know what I'm interested in, what I'm going to be watching. A Touch of Zen, Patterson, The Battle of the Algiers, Charade 4, Flies on Grey Velvet, The Nest of the Cuckoo Birds, Vampire, Cure, House, Only Lovers Left Alive, I'm So Excited, The Skin I Live In, Broken Embraces, Volver, Bad Education, Talk to Her, All About My Mother, Live Flesh, Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, The Big Feast, Images, You Only Live Once, Rocco and His Brothers, About Endlessness, The Straight Story, another David Lynch film no one actually mentioned today, Fantastic Planet, The Discreet Charm of the Bon Jovi, French film, The Long Goodbye, and De Palma. Back to Future Boy said, your film was like Taxi Driver meets Split. I'm happy with that. I thought I thought Split was solid, but I love Taxi Driver. It's one of my favorite films of all time. That's actually a really good way to describe Deadly Obsession. Thank you for that. Yeah. Fistful Reviews is asking, what is Mubi? Mubi is a streaming service. You should be able to get it in the US. Fistful Reviews. It's a streaming service, curated streaming service. You get a new film every day. I think they used to. I had Mubi once, where they only had 30 films on their service. One would be added each day, one would be taken away each day. So you don't have to keep on searching for them. So I think that was in their early days. I got a month free of Mubi. That was years ago now. I watched a few films on there. So that's a really good thing that they did. But now they have like hundreds of films on their service, but they still add a new film every day. It's great, curated. So the films I mentioned there, they have foreign films and all sorts of different things. It also says, sometimes the DVD has lots of special features on them, and that's stupid. Would prefer a booklet or poster and Blu-rays instead of DVDs. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, Winslow. Oh, it's fine, mate. I get what you mean. Film. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, great stream, mate. If Irresistible is on Mubi, definitely give it a watch. Yeah, I watched Love on Mubi as well. Another Gaspar Noir. Cine Watcher, great watch list. Thanks, no problem, Cine Watcher. It was John Bickle versus Travis. Yes, John. It's a good one. Fistful who says, that sounds super cool. I'm going to look into that. Does it tell you when some films will be added? It does tell you when films will be taken off. Down there, it tells you how many days it's got left, or if it's got a week left. But I don't think it tells you when new films will be added. In fact, can I see right now which new film? What was the premiere of today? I can log in just to tell you. Because again, a new film is released. Come on. It's loading. Right, it's forgotten my password. So anyway, I'm not. That's gonna take me ages to log into. My nickname is John Bickle. Thank you, everyone. Anyway, thank you. Sorry. Back to the Future Boy. Thank you, everyone, for watching this live stream tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to seeing you all next week, and I hope you enjoy what I watched in December 2020 video. So I don't know if anyone is saying anything else. I don't think so. That's fine. I'll see your comments anyway if you put something and I've ended the stream. That's fine anyway. Thank you all so much for watching, and I